Good evening, I'm Shane Jones. Leading the news at 7. The Bishop of Barbados wants the Anglican Church to do all in its power to help the country's youth. The Most Reverend Dr. John Holder says the church must instill in children from a young age a sense of holiness which will help them to understand right from wrong. He made the comments during a rededication service at the St. Lucie Parish Church. Our Shrika Griffith has more.
The Most Reverend Dr. John Holder, who retires at month end, says far too many of the country's youth are engaging in negative and disruptive behavior, which he says suggests that they're ignoring the difference between right and wrong. The bishop has therefore called on all Anglican churches to renew their efforts to create strong and effective programs for the youth.
We need to do all we can as a parish, as Christians, to make that extra effort to help the younger ones within our influence, whether they are members of a congregation or even members of a church. Help them to focus on using their God-given gifts to make themselves better and influence their friends to do the same.
He was speaking at the rededication of the St. Lucie Parish Church after extensive renovations. The bishop says efforts must now focus on maintaining the church for future generations.
For all the hard work put into this building, all the money spent is for the purpose of ensuring that we so upkeep and enhance this place of worship in our time, that we so keep it as a place where we can encounter God in a special way, that it will be here in good shape for future generations when we are no longer here. So we're doing all of this not for ourselves, but for those who will follow us.
The spanking new church centre, which has been out of use for approximately 15 years, was also revealed following the service. The centre, which is named after former rector Reverend William Donald George, features an office for the priests, bathroom facilities, and a kitchenette. In addition to church activities, the centre will be used for private functions and community activities. Sharika Griffith, CBC News.
A warning to Barbadians not to give in to external forces which want to keep God out of the system of governance. It is coming from Bishop Marlon Husbands of the Sanctuary Empowerment Center. According to Bishop Husbands, to give in to such pressures would be to the detriment of the country.
But there are systems outside of Barbados and the region that are pressuring regional countries to disregard the authority of scriptures. And so government ministers and parliaments and all these have to be on the P's and Q's to make sure that they don't anger God by keeping him out of the nation because we want external support and help.
Government has identified several sectors in which it plans to boost entrepreneurial activity. This disclosure from Minister of Small Business Development, Donville Innes. The minister believes by doing so, the economy as a whole will benefit.
There's some niche areas in this economy that we really need to be able to give financial assistance to, including the cultural industry, the arts and crafts sector, the professionals, the doctors, the lawyers. These are the kind of niche areas that we're very much focused on at this point in time as we help our businesses to grow. And you can rarely accept members of the church that once we get to the point where a lot of businesses are growing, young people in particular are finding the innate juices and creativity and rising to the fore in creating businesses, we're going to create more jobs. We're going to earn more foreign exchange, save more foreign exchange. Everybody's going to do a little bit better. I say that to remind.
Minister Innes made the comments during a church service to celebrate the 20th anniversary of Fund Access. He noted that $56 million in small business loans have been handed down through the Fund Access over the past 20 years. Mr. Innes says in 2016, government allocated $50 million to the organization, which provides loans to small and medium enterprises, 10 million of which have already been received. However, Minister Innes revealed that Fund Access is moving to a stage where it will no longer have to depend on government for funding.
We recently were able, in the midst of the economic challenges in this country, to position Fund Access to be a more standalone agency, one where it can earn its own way through its lending and through the interest earned therein. And I'm very happy to know, under the able leadership of Esther and the team, that they're moving fully in that direction. So I do not believe we'll be asking taxpayers in any time in the foreseeable future to put up money to help Fund Access stay afloat. They're beginning to earn their way in life.